Welcome to Lessons in Data Science, where I will teach you ways in which data science can benefit you both in your professional career and in your personal life. I will share an example with you today about how data science helped me to qualify for the Boston Marathon. The Boston Marathon is the world's oldest annually running marathon. For many long-distance runners, the Boston Marathon is a lifelong goal to be able to qualify for and to run in the Boston Marathon. In order to run in the marathon, you must qualify in a qualifying marathon race. For example, for men aged 45 to 49, you must run a marathon in under 3 hours and 20 minutes. Back in 2011, I set a goal for myself to qualify for running in the Boston Marathon. However, I failed and I got injured. And I tried and I failed again and I got injured again. And this process continued for about 10 years. What was the solution for me? It was data science. And the key principle for me to help me to qualify for the Boston Marathon came from one of the founding fathers of data science, Carl Pearson. You may recognize his name as the namesake for the Pearson correlation statistic, or simply the correlation statistic that we know today. Carl Pearson was also a mentor for Albert Einstein. Carl Pearson said, "That which is measured improves. That which is measured and reported improves exponentially." What I needed to do was to measure my running form and to be able to see what I was doing wrong and what was causing me injury. So first thing I needed to do was to collect data on my running. So what I did was I bought a Garmin running watch, as well as a Running Dynamics pod, which is a small device that hooks on the back side of your shorts and collects a bunch of running data. For example, one of the data that it collects is cadence, which is the number of steps per minute. And the higher the cadence, the better. On the graph on the right, you can see a real half marathon run that I did where this data was collected. You can see that my cadence started off at around 180 steps per minute, but deteriorated over the course of the run down to about 160 steps per minute. Another piece of information that is collected is vertical oscillation, which measures the amount of up and down movement while you run. And the smaller the vertical oscillation, the better. Another one is ground contact time balance, which measures the amount of time the percentage of time you spend on your right foot versus on your left foot. And you like to have a 50-50 percentage balance of the ground contact time. Analyzing this and many other pieces of data that these devices collected on my running form, I was able to determine what my specific problem was. And for me, that was cadence. I was realizing that as I had a cadence that was below 165 or 160 steps per minute, I tended to get injured. So what I did was, on my watch, I set my metronome to 175 steps per minute, and then I continually run to that metronome, keeping pace with 175 steps per minute in all of my runs. The result? No more injury. And I was able to very slowly increase my pace and increase my distance little by little over time without getting injured. And the result was I was able to qualify for the Boston Marathon after 10 years of trying. This was an incredible experience for me. In the 26.2-mile running path, there were tens of thousands of spectators cheering you on all along the way, including thousands of children who held their arms out just hoping to get a high five. You can see in the bottom picture on the right, me giving a high five to one of these kids as I'm running by. This was an experience that I will never forget. Lifelong changing moment for me. It was all because of data science, measuring what I was doing wrong, tracking my progress, and fixing the issue that I had with my running form. And the happy result of that effort and work was qualifying and running in the 2022 Boston Marathon. I hope that you can also benefit from data science in your life by tracking those things which you see in need of improvement and measuring them over time and seeing how you can make little improvements every single day. Thank you for your listening to Lessons in Data Science. More to come.